I think the main contribution of INFORMA has been to provide a more integrated and operational understanding of sustainable forest management under climate change. So INFORMA has shown us that forests cannot be managed only for one objective, such as timber production, carbon, or biodiversity, because European forests are increasingly affected by climate-related disturbances, like severe droughts, wildfires, storms, or pests. So overall, INFORMA has helped us to connect science, policy, and practice, generating evidence-based recommendations and practical guidance for more resilient and climate-smart forest management in Europe.
One of the approaches that we used was the site approach or training site approach, where we brought together research and practice in a training kind of format, where we used an open door or open classroom setting, which was in the first as a way to talk about forest management options, and one of which, or an example of this, are the MAR telescopes, which is a training ground within the forest where we could discuss forest management and also then reflect this with the results coming from the research, and then via virtual tree selections. Finally, then what we also did was making use of a feedback or a feedback loop, where we made the research in dialogue with practice to make the results more adapted to the context.
We have this platform, and in total there's a few hundred of this pair. So it's really a large platform, and in that platform we can compare managed with unmanaged. So first, on the carbon, it has been clear from our management platform, but also from the literature, that unmanaged forests in Europe have larger carbon stocks than managed forests. In unmanaged forests, we clearly see more dead wood, but we also see rather quickly after abandonment an increase in microhabitats. But we also have to be aware that some of those effects come rather quickly, but some of them come very slowly. So for some things, we really need to have a long-term perspective. So there's really win-wins to make in what we call integrated forest management as well.
So work package has a very clear target to identify which are the technical, political, or social variables that might be influenced in order to increase the adoption of adaptation and mitigation measures. So we have observed, as expected, that there are very important regional differences in both the understanding or the acceptance of adaptive forest management or new mitigation strategies. The forest managers and the owners' beliefs and experiences are influencing their willingness to adopt measures. The feasibility of mitigation and adaptation measures or policies depends a lot on how far the policy could integrate adaptation measures across different segments of the policies. One of the key messages that forest adaptation should pay more attention to active regeneration. The second key message is that the main mitigation potential is not only in forest as carbon sink, but also on the transformation of wood use systems in down industries.
With the models, we could test 20 alternative management measures. We tested these forest management options across Europe under a future climate scenario. We found that future forest management can affect forest structure, standing biomass, and wood harvest, or even properties that could impact climate mitigation. But we also found that we should moderate our expectations. The gains are quite modest because the future of European forest is still largely determined by a big legacy effect. These management options with the largest gains also often come with trade-offs regarding other objectives. It is exactly because of these type of trade-offs that we try to have this optimization approach to avoid these big losses.
Work Package 5 has basically two challenges. The first one is to explore the role of improved forest management practices. And then there is another challenge is really to explore how innovation can improve the monitoring, the reporting and verification. One of our results is that the main weakness in carbon certification is not really MRV, but is baseline definition. There is a development of dynamic baseline, which is a promising approach. But the implementation of dynamic baseline in Europe remains really challenging. And another example of innovation is the mobile apps. You can have really a great accuracy for the measurement and reduce costs for MRV implementation. It's really important to have well-designed methodology that strike a balance between scientific robustness and accessibility. So there is a need for visibility, including in regulatory incentives to enable the market to scale up.
The most important message from INFORMA is that the forest in the European Union need better management, not simply less management or more management, better management. Future climate smart forestry must be science-based, adaptive and connected to the reality of each region. European forests are very diverse. Future strategies must reflect this diversity. Climate mitigation and climate adaptation cannot be separated.